guess we'll get started. So I'm Harrison, B2HKW, from Henry Person Back. And today I'm going to be talking to you about APRS, the Amateur Packet Reporting System. This presentation is designed mainly as an introductory level, not necessarily, it's not comprehensive, it doesn't cover everything unfortunately, but it'll give you a good idea on what APRS is, what it isn't, and how you can start using it. A quick note, I am recording this, so if anyone has any personal issues with recording, the camera's just over in the corner. Just wanted to let you all know that. This is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what APRS is in a broad sense. We're going to get into some technical details, the strings of text that get sent out over the air in EX25 protocol. A few examples of implementations in hardware and software, and also when not to use APRS. Because there are times when there are places where not to use it, which kind of gave me the inspiration for that last post. You'll see why. So what is APRS? APRS is a protocol of text. A friend of mine mentioned that it can actually be layered on pretty much anything, and I've actually given thought to the idea of sending APRS over PSK 1000 through FLDigi on HF, but that requires a whole lot of research and time to get into. But the protocol, it has your position, how many times you've been digipeated, you can include your power height gain of your antenna, you can include a short comment, you can include telemetry. It's very flexible and expandable. And a lot of people who just put it in their car, that's not the only use. It's a very broad use protocol. It's a real-time protocol, so stuff gets updated and it gets displayed on your map for however long you set up your map to display stuff, so maybe an hour and a half. And then it slowly disappears, so only the relevant information is right on your display. Old information slowly dies away, and if that information is suddenly now important again, someone will resend it, and it comes and refreshes. It's tactical, that kind of ties into real time. You can monitor where people are in a given situation, so you can see, runner X, who has an APRS saying monitoring the course, is now here, so that means that this block of runners in this race, in a hypothetical situation, have now moved on to here. You can use it at Handfest to track coordinators, and it's very extensible. And it's a lot of fun. It can be a bit technical, but it's a lot of fun to do. Common implementations of position reports. So your house, it's very easy to implement. You just get your GPS coordinates from Google Maps or APRS.fi or some website that provides that. Or you can attach a GPS, you can follow your car around, you can have some handhelds have GPS and TNC all built into them all as one package. And so that'll allow you, you can walk around in the woods and track yourself through the woods. And also, you can send and store text messages. I do believe it's 64 characters. You can send, you can say, I want to send this to V2PTZ, dash, whatever this SSID is, from me, and it'll send it out, and then if it doesn't hear an acknowledgement back, it sends it out again. So messages are the only time that APRS is waiting for something to hear back. Every other time is just sending it out there. Whoever hears it, hears it. Whoever doesn't hear it, doesn't hear it. It's a one-to-many protocol. And weather stations is another common implementation. Some people hitch up a weather station to their computer or to whatever they use to interface with their radio, and they'll send a whole bunch of weather data. So you can actually just turn on APRS, no internet, and you get the weather from your local region. It's really cool. So less common implementations in this region. They're more common probably where there's more natural disasters or where APRS has been developed bulletins. So you can send out the bulletin saying, there's a meeting tonight, or there's a flood warning, or bulletins are something that gets sent out every so often, and you have to go and manually tell it to stop sending, or you can set a timer that after a day it will stop sending. And telemetry, kind of common, kind of not common. So you can set up APRS on your mountaintop repeater, and it'll tell you if the doors to the cabinet's open, what the voltage is, what the temperature is. You can plug in 15 different values of telemetry, and you can monitor stuff remotely. So there's a couple different types of stations. Some of these we've talked about, some of these we haven't. Home stations, set it up at home, very easy. Mobile stations, a bit more difficult. A bit more stuff to interface, and it has to be more rugged. Digipeaters, you sit on top of the mountain, or anywhere really. You can set one up in your home as well, but they're usually best on top of the mountain. So when you send out a packet, it hears that it hears your packet and checks to see how many times you want it repeated. Now, if you ask for it to be repeated too many times, it'll cancel. So like if you try to repeat it 5 times, it's not going to let you. But 1 or 2 times, that's usually the maximum for an urban area, or even a rural area, but with lots of repeaters. And so it'll retransmit and extend your coverage. So similar to a repeater, it's that except it receives it and transmits it. iGate is an internet gateway. So APRS has an RF component and an online component. You can just send your packets to the online component from your computer because you don't have a radio interface, or you can send it to your radio through a digipeater to an iGate, and then it'll show up online. So if you're in an area without internet access and you want to give your position to someone with internet access, you can just send it that way. It's very cool. Beacons, not common, but there are APRS beacons out there. I do believe there's an APRS beaconing frequency, but I haven't run into it a ton. So there's trackers, so those are things like, it's not a black box because they're open source trackers, but you basically plug in GPS, plug this into your radio, plug power into both, and it just basically says, I'm here. But it's headless, you can't interoperate with it. And the International Space Station, I forgot to put on satellites, you can digipeat through the International Space Station on 146.825 and through PSAT and TCSAT with varying levels of success. So if you're in a remote location, no digipeaters, but you have access to the International Space Station's 2-line elements and a satellite tracking program, you can tell when the ISS is overhead and digipeat through the International Space Station. It's like you'll get, usually APRS is confined to like a very small circle, but like you'll get this packet from Florida to the ISS. It's happened to me once, it's really cool. The APRS protocol runs on the AX25 networking protocol. It's a one-to-many protocol. So like I transmit to many people, and then whoever hears me, if they know that I want to be retransmitted, will retransmit it. And so it decimates that way. The APRS data stream. So I just generated this, so it's my call sign. The numbers mean various things. 5 is a home station to my knowledge, 13 is like a vehicle, and 9 is a handheld, the whole thing. This part here, APDW12, is the software I'm using. So that the software generates by itself. I'm using the Direbolt software. If you're using APRS IS32, it'll be different. If you're using Exaster, it's going to be different. So this Y11, Y21, so Y is the digipeat. So Y comes from an older protocol, and the 1.1 and 2.1 come from an adaptation to make it better. So what this is asking is, anyone who accepts a Y1, I want to be digipeated 1 time, and anyone who accepts Y2, I want to be digipeated 1 time. You can put that to 2 as well. Anything above 2 is excessive, and most digipeaters are programmed to not allow those to be broadcast, because then like your packet gets rebroadcasted, say twice by 2 digipeaters, which gets rebroadcast by 5 digipeaters, and if you go for a 3rd step, you're now cramming 15 digipeaters outside your area with your position. So that's why they want it limited to a very small number there. So you can program it that you only accept Y1 package or Y2 packets. It's very extensible in that way. So that's why there's Y1 and Y2. You can usually just put both of them in there, Y11, Y21, and you'll cover a big enough area that people can see where you are without extending beyond where you're supposed to be transmitting. This is the coordinates. These are the actual coordinates in my notes. Power, height, gain, and then the numbers it interprets. Like the software interprets that and will often draw a circle on the map of its approximation of your coverage area. And then the last part here, Carson and Henrikford, is a comment. You can put anything you want in that section. Try to keep it short, because the shorter it is, the faster it transmits and the more efficient your bandwidth is. But you're like listening on 146.52, or listening on this repeater, this tone, this offset. it's very useful in that regard. So for the telemetry, the weather station data, all this, it fits in kind of between the end of the coordinates and the beginning of your comment. So all that data fits in there. The frequencies that it's used on in North America is 144.39. The frequencies are different in Europe. This actually runs into a problem. One of the APRS satellites is slowly dying because of age. And when it resets, someone programmed it, it's casting on 146.52, which is agreed upon for the APRS frequency for satellites, to broadcast on 144.39. Except it doesn't know where it is. So over Europe, it's broadcasting in the middle of the FM repeater band. So that's the frequencies are different for different places, and satellite versus terrestrial. It uses FM, so there's nothing special required. The data rate is 2400 baud, and so because of that, it's not 9600 baud. It doesn't require any special data port in the back. You just hitch up your microphone audio from your computer or from whatever TNC you're using, and you can just send the signals in that way, and it'll make it through all the pre-emphasis, de-emphasis. Yes?
I got a question. So you showed me a frequency for North America. Is there a list of the frequencies?
Yes, there's a list online. Wikipedia has a list of frequencies. That's very accurate. But yeah, that's probably the best place to know. There may also be listed on the APRS website somewhere. The APRS main website is kind of disorganized.
Harrison, most TNCs are 1200 baud.
1200 baud? Sometimes I get 1200 and 2400 mixed up. So if it could be 1200. I apologize for that error.
Oh, okay. I was saying most TNCs, 2400 baud is very rare.
Okay, so then it's 1200 baud. I run into that problem in my mind. I flip it. So, yeah. So the data should fit within the microphone passband, so it's very easy to get into. It's not just so some examples of implementations. There's hardware TNCs. There's sound card interfaces where the computer decodes the tones. There's standalone hardware like tiny tracks and stuff like that. The various software that you can use is Exastra for map displaying and interfacing with hardware and software TNCs. Direwolf, which is a sound card TNC. And APRS IS-32 is a very common program on Windows-based computers. Exastra is a Linux-based one. Direwolf can work on either, and APRS IS can work on the Windows side. So hardware TNCs, they can be a smart TNC where they do the decoding and send the packets off to the computer via a serial port. Or you can have a keep it simple stupid TNC, which is a much more informal protocol, and it basically detects what the characters are and just sends the characters as ASCII text to the computer. The computer has to deal with what that means. Can be a lot of hardware-based devices that are sold nowadays can be connected with serial ports or USB, depending on the options you buy for them. Sound card TNCs are simpler and cheaper. Oftentimes you can just connect the audio from your radio to the audio in, and you now have a receiver. It's very simple and straightforward. If you want to get fancy, you can add audio isolating transformers, so 600 ohm to 600 ohm. That if your shaft may not be grounded, or some VHF radios don't necessarily have grounding lugs and it's hard to ground them, the audio isolating transformers will help eliminate any hum on the audio lines. You can also use, it's very common to use a serial port and an opto isolator for the PTT side of things. And to my knowledge, I haven't done this personally, but I know of people who have used USB to serial adapters and it's worked that way. It needs configuring in software, so there's usually a config file. You have to fill your call sign, what you want it to do, whether you want it just to beacon, you want it to digibeat, you want it to iGate. There's a whole list of stuff you have to go through. So it's more complicated than that, but it's simpler, or it's cheaper than dedicated hardware, because it's like $12 for transformers and a few cents for the opto isolator, a bit of wire, a few connectors, and you're all set and ready to go. Most software TNCs act as a KISS TNC, however, they also have other integration factors depending on what software supports it. So those are usually very complicated. It's usually just best to go with the KISS TNC. So GPS. So you need a GPS that has a serial output. It can be a 9-pin D-sub connector if you're connecting it to like a tiny track, or it can be a USB connector if you're plugging it into your computer. You want GPS that supports NMEA and all the NMEA sentences with the dollar sign and then G and a whole bunch of stuff. And any GPS that does that, you'll likely be able to use that data. You can also buy GPSs off eBay and connect the serial lines from that to an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi, and you'll be able to read it either through a USB port to your computer through the Arduino or directly on the Raspberry Pi through the GPIO ports. So that's a cheap alternative to going and buying a prepackaged plastic encased GPS. Standalone trackers are usually headless, as I mentioned before. It's basically a GPS connected to a tractor, power going in to the tractor and the radio. The tractor is connected to the radio's transmit port. It's usually used in cars. Can be used in other stuff like backpacks, but it's mainly found in cars. The radios, these are some radios that have a some of them have a GPS built in, others you need to connect a GPS externally. There's a lot of, Kenwood and Yaesu are the two main manufacturers of APRS products. ICOM in their D-Star radios have GPS and they can send APRS-like data through the D-Star network, but it's not going to go through 14439, it's going to go through some other protocol.
Aaron, I think the Linko DR235T has it built into it.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I'm not familiar with Linko stuff. So here's some pictures. So these are some examples of the top row is some examples of TNCs. I was expecting it to be a bit bigger, but this is a TNC Pi. So it's a TNC that fits right onto a Raspberry Pi. At the end is what you interface your HF radio to, or not HF, VHF radio to. The reason why I said HF is my HF radio is hooked through a transverter. That's what it is. So you can pitch it up to your radio that way. There's also a TNCX if you want to expand. TNC Pi is designed mainly for APRS. TNCX can do a whole bunch of other things, but you can do APRS with it very easily. And Kentronics, I think it is. I'm not familiar with them, but I know that a lot of people use their products with APRS. So this program is Direwolf. As I said, I was hoping to be a bit bigger. It's a very common Linux program for displaying position reports from other users. It can send position reports, it can send messages, weather beacons, a whole bunch of stuff. The interface leaves a bit to be desired, but otherwise it's very full featured. The central one is APRS IS72. I'm not familiar with it because I don't use Windows all that much, but it's the most common one that I've found amongst Windows users. And the window on the right is Direwolf. So it's basically a terminal application that receives data, decodes it, and passes it along to Disaster or APRS. It's an interface between the map and the radio through a sound card. So we're not to use our APRS on repeaters, specifically Mitch's repeater, because he made the comment to me when I asked, would you like me to give a talk about APRS? He's like, well, can you talk about, don't put it on 14515 because then people forget it there and it's annoying them a lot. But so you should, if your radio is going to switch back and forth between repeaters and APRS, just be cautious that you don't leave your APRS running. I remember one night on the West Island Amateur Radio Club Infonet, I would hear this digital, I'm like, that sounds like APRS. And so, like someone mentioned, oh, there's intermod going on the repeater. I'm like, oh, it sounds like APRS. And then another user came back, another participant in that came back like, whoops, I got to turn it off for my last trip. And so, like, just be mindful if your radio is APRS and repeaters. Figure out some way to let you know how to keep the two separate. Otherwise, you can use dedicated hardware and keep the two separate. And Mitch will be very happy. I know that keeping Mitch happy is a big priority. So most of the time you're going to want to use 144.390 in this area. Elsewhere in the world, you have to use that area's frequency. 146.825 is the satellite frequency. So the ISS, the PCSat at like NO44, NO84. So that's the frequency we use to contact those satellites. a lot of special events, if they're running like a race or marathon, we set up, like switch a couple digipeaters to a specific frequency so that they're not interrupting traffic on the regular APRS network. And in those situations, you'll know what you're doing and you'll be able to use those frequencies. But if you go off of 144.39, chances are you won't find any APRS traffic. Where to find more information? The official site is aprs.org. It's a culmination of information, like APRS was started in the mid-80s. And so it's a culmination of information that's built up since then. I feel it could be a bit more organized, but all the information pertaining to APRS is probably there, if you can find it. Wikipedia has some general info on their APRS page. APRS.fi is an excellent website for viewing APRS positions and whatnot on a Google map. It's really nice. It breaks down the data. It's top-notch. Unfortunately, a lot of APRS documentation is either out of date, and a lot of software, unfortunately, is out of date as well. And it's spread out in various places, so giving one central repository website other than APRS.org is very hard. But Google searching and a bit of pointing your nose in the right direction will often get you where you need to go. So with that, I realize it's a bit short of a presentation, but I'm done at this point. So if you have any questions, please have them.
What was the name of the Windows program that most people use?
APRS IS32. I think what it stands for is APRS Internet Systems 32-bit. Kind of what I understood it to be. So APRS IS32. It runs on, like, even though it says 32, it will run on modern Windows versions.
Years ago, I bought the MFJ dedicated radio. I bought a GPS at a flea market, and I have a TNC, and I was going to put all three together and throw it in the car, and I never did. I thought maybe coming here might inspire me to put it in the car.
All right, any other questions? Yes?
There's a lot of stuff out there. I brought something that maybe you can get at flea markets.
Okay.
This is the old DeLorme earth mains. They were yellow. I painted it camel green.
Okay.
There's a tracker 3 mounted in here. It's a green LED on the side to indicate whether it's fixed on GPS.
Okay.
Runs out to a small power cable. Hooks into low-fang radio.
All right.
And that's a self-contained tracker that you can get. I think I paid $5 for this at a flea market. The tracker, I think I paid $10 for at a flea market. You can get it cheap, and if you put a little time and energy into building stuff, you can do them real neat. You know, the drawback to this is they have to take the screws out and plug in the serial thing to program it using Buddy or something like that, but it's fixed. These can actually broadcast 2 different messages. So I have them set up. I just have to flip the switch, so to speak, with different messages. But that's just something that I don't know, a homebrew thing.
Very cool.
GPS is right in it. Go right in it. You mentioned a standalone headless. That's what's in here. Is this is the Tiny Track 3. They have the Tiny Track 4 now. But this is the Tiny Track 3, and what I did for power is this is just a battery adapter for the little cheap Chinese radios. I put a 8-inch plug in the bottom of it and tied it into the 12 volts in from the cigarette lighter.
Okay.
And then it's got a little plug for power there.
So you did, I see. So
So
it's one power cable supplying one
power
system.
is providing power to both systems. These take 5 volts, so there's a built-in regulator in this that's, or rather built a 12 volt to 5 volt regulator that drops it down.
Okay.
But they're fun. You can use them. I don't know. I threw it on the dash one day and just stuck this on the seat.
Yep. I know one time doing a soda activation on a mountain in Quebec, one of the fellows that was coming along with us, he had his ambi-talkie set to broadcast on APRS, so later we could go and see how it was a Quebec park, so there's a whole bunch of trails that you could choose to get to where we need to go. It's like, so he chose that trail, shook us over here, and it's really cool to be able to go and see where you've been. And like, if you want to just go out for a drive in the country and you see something interesting, you can go back to APRS and like, oh, where was I along that route? Go ahead.
Yeah, some other things you can do that are kind of interesting is, I'm talking about soda. I carry my HD with me when I do soda activations. There are times when I can't spot on the network using my phone because there's no cell coverage. You can send email, you can send text messages to, basically it's just an eye gate that's set up to interpret the text message. So you just use the format. So you can actually, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you have access to a digipeater, you can send a text message or email. But the other thing I was going to mention too is what you did there, you can also do with your phone. You just have your audio out and you get an app that has most phones have the GPS in there. You get a APRS app, you can send a text message or position, and you set up your radio for Vox, so you key it up on your phone and send it broadcast on the APRS app. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And like it's extendable and it's changing slowly. Like there are additions and then some stuff becomes deleted. It's definitely extraordinarily powerful.
I'm just curious too, has anybody done any APRS with HF? Because there are also HF frequencies for APRS. I think it's a 30 meter band.
I've thought about it, but I haven't.
That has a name, right? Robust? It's called Robust Packet.
I don't know much about it, I'm just curious.
So TNC, that's more popular in Europe, is Robust Packet.
I was interested in doing APRS over HF, but I found out that contrary to the regular APRS, which is at 1200 baud, it's at 300, which means the TNC that I have won't work with it. You need a TNC that's lower baud and lower bandwidth that we use on HF. So
I think you're allowed to do 1200 baud on 10 meters.
yeah, these days.
But you're right, you're not allowed to do it on 10 meters.
Well,
10 meter easy.
one advantage in Canada is like we're just limited to bandwidth and not limited to baud rates. Like as long as it fits within 1 kilohertz, you can do what you want on 30 meters. Any other questions or comments? Yes?
Did you mention it's also used for high altitude ballooning?
I completely forgot about that.
They send, I never remember the name, I think it's affiliated with one of the universities in California. But every so often, every few months, they shoot out balloons that will cross the US. And one of them, I don't know if they've actually beat that, but one of them was a few years ago. They launched it, it's close to San Diego, I believe, that they launched. And it crossed all of the US and then across the Atlantic. Of course, midway through the Atlantic, they had it so that, it's GPS, of course. They had it that the software automatically switched frequencies, so it would be with the Europeans' frequencies, so it wouldn't mess up with anything. And actually made it all the way up to the Mediterranean, and basically went down just off of Algeria. So that's how it got. And you could follow the whole track online on APRS FI. And it's cool because they also, since you can also do different sensors and all that, they had on top of the track, in the data, they also had the temperature. They had this temperature, they had light, and they had what was the other sensor? Oh, the altitude. And you could see where basically if it was gaining in altitude. So that was really cool.
Any other questions or comments?
On the software, on APRS FI as well as the APRS IS32, you can do messaging from within the software too, like a text message. So, or from my handheld, from my HD, I can send a message back home to the software running on the computer or whatever. So.
Yeah, you do text messaging. It's just a question of if the radio at the other end actually receives it. Because a lot of the HD the HDs that have built-in APRS, you can send text messages, and you'll receive a text message, but basically it's the time, it's shown for a certain amount of time, and then it'll disappear, and it's not stored in the HD. So you basically, if you didn't read it, you lost it. As the Kenwood, like the T710, it stores in the radio, so you can actually get what you receive. Yeah, I guess the newer ones, hopefully you corrected that, because that was kind of an issue with the older Kenwood that disappeared. Don't know what you got.